Nancy Mace, I can't stand her sometimes, but she put belt to cheeks in this deposition, or whatever you want to call this, belt to butt cheeks. This dude should be ashamed of himself getting embarrassed this bad. And it's not hard to embarrass him because he's an idiot. But here's Nancy Mace going and ripping him a new one. Tim Walz, in his testimony for misuse of federal funds, wrote a clip.
How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2017, Governor?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, Congresswoman.
Did you prepare for this hearing today? Did you do any preparation
I take
for this
Congress
hearing today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready? How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota? How much?
I don't know. I wasn't the governor.
Okay. Did you not just say that you prepared for this hearing today? $1 million, okay? A quick Google search or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
I don't have the number in front of me. As
Were you governor in 2024?
I was, but I'm not the head
so
of
your
HHS.
excuse before that you didn't know what 2017 autism numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million was spent in 2024. What percent increase is that from $1 million to $343 million? What percentage increase is that?
I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell me.
Well, are you governor of Minnesota or not?
Yes, I am. I'm not.
Well, when I'm
a prop
governor of
for a
South
member of
Carolina,
Congress.
you can sure as hell bet that I'm going to know the math. The math is 34,200% increase, an increase of 343 times what it was in this time period. Do you know the number of children in Minnesota?
I know that Minnesota ranked as a top 3 state for children in the last year.
What is the total population in Minnesota?
5.7 million.
Okay. What is the total population of children in Minnesota?
I don't have the number in front of me right now.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of health care last week by the actions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I am.
And you don't know the number of children residing in Minnesota?
I don't have the specific numbers.
Now, let me tell you this. When you have facts on your side and you're doing this stuff with reasonableness, you don't have to argue and be emotional. You could just tell the woman, I don't have that with me. I did prepare, but I didn't prepare for the questions that you're asking me. And then you should be able to address when she do bring up these questions. But you get defensive and act a fool because you know you're wrong and you're intentionally trying to avoid answering these questions that are very important, I would argue, to the Minnesota people. What do you mean you don't know that autism cases went up by 300 and some percent? That's crazy, bruh. 1 million, and then in 2017, 1 million, in 2024, 300 million. I mean, if we didn't address these fraudulent occurrences in the next 10 years, what would the number be? 1 trillion? That's something the governor should be paying attention to. He should be briefed on, and he should be addressing. And this is why his sorry self is not running for office again, because he knows he's a crook. Have you looked at your credit card statement lately? You're working 40 to 50 hours a week just to buy groceries and gas, things you used to be able to afford, and the credit card companies are charging you over 20% interest for the privilege. Think about that. Over 20% is designed to keep you underwater. American Finances is doing something that credit card companies hate. American Finance is actually helping people. They have mortgage rates that are in the 5s. They're showing homeowners how to take their hard-earned equity to wipe out the high-interest debt. The average savings is $800 a month. Talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant, no upfront fees, no obligations, to see how much you can save. And if you start today, you can delay 2 mortgage payments. Give American Financing a call. America's Home for Home Loans. 866-889-8010. That's 866-889-8010 or AmericanFinancing.net/Tatum. Let's go to the next clip. Roll it.
And, you know, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you know this, but it's been widely reported that in 2008, when Barack Obama was choosing his vice presidential candidate, He had 3 criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody that wasn't as smart as him and had less talent and charisma and couldn't possibly outshine him, so he picked Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden in 2020 used the exact same criteria. He wanted to make sure he picked somebody who wasn't as smart as him, had less talent and charisma, and wouldn't outshine him, and he picked Kamala Harris. And then in 2024, Governor, I think it's very evident why Kamala Harris picked you. The talent pool, Mr. Chairman, hey, Mr. Chairman, the talent pool isn't just shallow, brother. We have hit the shore, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.
Brother, you're right. I thought that what he said was superfluous until I started really listening to him. I honestly see exactly what he's saying. Joe Biden was nowhere near as charismatic as Barack Obama. Kamala Harris was a dud. And then Tim Walz is even more of a dud than Kamala Harris was. That math is mathing to me. There's more. Roll the clip.
Let me make the connection for you. According to the Secretary of Transportation, 1/3 of Minnesota's non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses were issued illegally. Do you have a video ready to play for me? Can you play it now? This is what happens, Mr. Governor. This is what happens when you issue driver's licenses to people illegally.
He is on the northbound lanes of 61 going the wrong way. You can see I'm going southbound on 61. He's in the northbound lanes on Highway 61.
I'm crossing over there. And thank God, I don't know how much that thing weighs, 60, 80,000 pounds, 60 miles an hour.
18-wheeler.
You can cut the video. He was licensed in your state under a law that you signed that precludes federal officials, your federal partners, as you call them, from determining whether they're here illegally. That guy that was driving that truck couldn't pass the test. He didn't pass the test out on the road. There's another video, I'm not going to play it, but there's another video of a guy here illegally turning a truck like that around in the middle of a highway where people lost their lives because they were decapitated when they went underneath it. That's what happened. So my question for you is, this should be easy. Yep. What are you going to do to rectify the law that you signed that allows people here illegally to get a CDL? That tape was in Missouri, not in your state. Look, if you don't want to protect the people in your state, I guess that's your business and the business of your voters. But that driver was driving in Missouri. And if he'd have hit a bunch of people, quite honestly, to me, you could have been held liable.
Yeah. Well, Congressman, first of all, Minnesota ranks in the top 3 safest states by highway data from your own department.
Highway data?
The data from the Department of Transportation
right.
for highway safety. We have the 3rd. We want everybody on our roads to be licensed.
So are you saying based on that you're okay?
I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with you or I speeding. I'm not okay with DUIs.
But you signed this law that allows for that. You signed it. And you're going to do nothing about it?
I can't speak to the specific on the CDL. What I can tell you is
I referenced your law. It says House of Representatives, State of Minnesota. And I know there's a lot of words here.
Case. I just know our roads are safer.
Exactly the sections that allow for this to happen and preclude federal enforcement regarding immigration and the illegality of people receiving CDLs under your state's
Driver
provisions.
safety and immigration are 2 separate things. Anybody, had that been a citizen or not, it's still tragic, it's wrong, we shouldn't do it. What I'm telling you is in Minnesota, we have the 3rd safest roads in the country.
So you're good. You're good with this practice.
I'm not good with that.
Well, what are you good with? Because that's what's happening under your law.
Well, I can't speak to the specific on if it's an outlier. We give license to people who then eventually... People get DUIs after we issue
that happened last month. This is March. That happened a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you familiar?
That's wrong. And look,
but you're not going to do anything.
Sure, we're going to do.
What are you going to do?
Traffic laws against them.
What are we going to do?
Was this person arrested?
I sure hope so.
Well, that's good.
And but he was licensed in your state under your law that you signed about a year and a half ago.
Every day we give licenses and people speed. So we ticket them and try and stop that. What I'm telling you is I don't understand the connection between
he's here illegally. He can't read and he got a license under
I
your
can't speak to
provisions,
the
and he's
specifics.
driving all across the country, imperiling everybody else. That's the connection.
I can't speak
Thank
because
you.
the data
Chair, I
shows
yield.
Minnesota is one of the safest driving states in the country. I don't know what to tell you.
Hold on, let me jump in there. I just think all these people are frauds, man. Most of these people in office are frauds, man. That's why, I don't know, maybe I'll be stressed out and my hair start falling out if I was actually a person as a governor or something, because I would be worried about things like that. I would want to rectify things like that. I would give instructions that there's no way in the world that people who are illegal should be getting CDL driver's license issued in our state. I'm the governor. We'll put an end to it. If I got to sign an executive order, you cannot have that happening. But instead of him making excuses, he could say, yeah, we are the safest, third safest in the country, and I'm going to make sure that we fix that. I'm going to work together with XYZ to make sure that illegal aliens, if you sign whatever legislation, well, we need to go back and clarify the legislation. We're going to work with our state legislators to find a way to prevent that from happening. My goal is to do this. I don't know why you need to make excuses. We could be the best, and we also need to rectify this. I don't know why people in power can't speak plainly about these things. If I saw a video where a person was licensed in my state, I'd say it's wrong, and I'll have a plan of action on how we can prevent that from happening in the future. Don't understand.